The girl in the photo is widely known and has been hailed as the most beautiful volleyball athlete in South Korea. She used to be the main setter for the South Korean national volleyball team and is also a popular celebrity. Whenever she played in a match, the stadium would be packed with spectators. Tickets were hard to come by. Not only is she skilled in the game, but she's also good at busting dance moves. After winning a match, she would show off her dance skills, sometimes dragging coaches or referees into the fun, turning the match ground into a party. Her name is Lee Dae-yang. With killer skills and a look that could rival any girl band in the entertainment industry, she has gained numerous fans. She also has a twin sister, Lee Jae-young, who is also a volleyball player and excels even more as the former national team's main attacker. However, just when these sisters were at the peak of their careers, they were suddenly banned from the national sports scene. The entire nation boycotted them, and they were even labeled as snake-like beauties. But why? Let's talk about this controversial duo in the South Korean sports worlds. On October 15, 1996, the Lee sisters were born into a sports-oriented family in southwestern Korea. There were just a few minutes difference between their age. Their father, Lee Joo-hyung, was a former national track and field athlete. Their mother, Kim Kyung-hee, was a former member of the national women's volleyball team. She also participated in the 1988 Seoul Olympics but retired in 1991 due to a wrist injury. The twins also have an older sister, Lee Yoon-seon, a fencer, and a younger brother, Lee Jae-hyun, is also fond of playing volleyball. It is obvious, genetics can play a significant role in one's development. The Lee sisters were already 1.6 meters tall when they were in elementary school. Inspired by their mother, they took up volleyball at the age of 9. Mom Lee noted in an interview that Jae-young, the older sister of the twins, has strong arm strength, making her a good attacker. Dae-yang, the younger sister of the twins, is fast with quick reflexes, well suited for the setter role. The Lee sisters smoothly followed their mother's plan for their athletic careers. They made their debut in 2014 at the Incheon Asian Games, where the South Korean team, featuring the Lee sisters, clinched the gold medal by defeating the Chinese team 3-0. After high school, Jae-young joined the Incheon Hankuk Life Pink Spiders, and Dae-yang began her professional career with Suwon Hyundai Engineering and Construction Hill State. Jae-young received the Rookie of the Year award in her first year. In the 2016-17 season, as the main attacker, she led the team to victory in the regular season of the South Korean Women's Volleyball League, earning herself the regular season MVP award. Meanwhile, Dae-yang was equally impressive. After the 2016-17 season, she became the main setter for the Hyundai Engineering and Construction Club. In the 2017-18 season, she made a stunning breakthrough, securing the MVP in the first round and later claimed the best setter title in multiple seasons. After the 2019-20 season, Dae-yang transferred to the Incheon Hankuk Life women's volleyball team, officially becoming teammates with her sister. According to details released by Hankuk Life in July 2020, the annual salary for Jae-yang as the main attacker is an impressive 600 million Korean wons, approximately 700,000 Australian dollars or 456,000 US dollars. This includes a guaranteed income of 400 million Korean wons and 200 million Korean wons in stock. Dae-yang as the setter earns 400 million Korean wons per year, with 300 million Korean wons as guaranteed income and 100 million Korean wons in stock options. What sets the Lee sisters apart isn't just their volleyball skills, but their dance moves. Whether it's after winning a game or during halftime, they enjoy breaking into K-pop dance moves. A standout moment was when Dae-yang playfully danced towards a referee, earning herself a yellow card, but the video of her moves went viral. Now, dancing has become their signature celebration after winning matches, and they even convinced their coach to join in sometimes. On one occasion, Dae-yang danced energetically with a male foreign player, leaving him stunned and frozen on the court. The Lee sisters, with their attractive outlooks and captivating dance skills, have become the embodiment of the volleyball beauties, fulfilling the fantasies of many in South Korea. Their strong abilities, Sweet voices and willingness to treat fans have made them irresistible. Thanks to them, women's volleyball matches, which used to have lower popularity, now attract remarkable attendance. It's not just about the game, their dance adds a significant appeal. The organizers also play music occasionally, giving the pair a chance to dance and entertain the spectators. With their newfound popularity, the Lee sisters experienced a consistent rise in fame from 2019 to 2020. They were flooded with advertising deals and invitations to various TV shows. At times, the attention on them became so intense that it even overshadowed many celebrities in the entertainment industry. However, excessive attention and drama can backfire. Towards the end of 2020, a series of online posts on Doyang's Instagram unexpectedly set off a chain reaction, resulting in a decline in the popularity and reputation of the sisters. In December 2020, Doyang posted the following on her Instagram. "What's so great about being older? Does it give you the right to treat younger people however you want? This hierarchical culture needs to disappear in Korea sooner than later. You have to do things worthy of respect to earn respect, not just because you are older." Gapjil literally translates to action of the first party or arrogant behavior of the first party. In Korean culture, it specifically refers to the arrogant attitude of someone in a higher position towards someone in a lower position, such as a superior treating a subordinate or an elder treating a junior with disrespect or superiority. In another social post, Doyang mentioned, "Things that will exposed very soon. Very soon, I will definitely reveal them all." The caption accompanying another photo from behind reads, "People who torment others might find it amusing, but those being tormented really want to escape." This series of negative expressions has raised suspicions that Doyang may be experiencing bullying from a senior teammate. Indeed, a few days later, media reports revealed internal conflicts within Hankook Life, stating that Doyang had conflicts with a senior teammate. This senior teammate turned out to be the team captain, Kim Yeon-kung, renowned as the volleyball empress and is recognized as the world's top outside hitter. Standing at 1.92 meters tall, Kim is celebrated for her sharp and versatile spike techniques. She led the South Korean team to the semifinals in the 2012 London Olympics, reached the quarterfinals in the 2016 Rio Olympics, and once again surprised everyone by making it to the semifinals in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. After the rumors of the conflict surfaced, Kim graciously admitted, "There were team issues, but they are now resolved." On February 7, 2021, another piece of news sent shockwaves through the Korean sports community. The Korean Daily claimed that a well-known female volleyball player was found attempting to take her own life in the gym's bathroom. Thankfully, she was discovered in time and rushed to hospital. Though the report concealed the player's name using A, netizens speculated that player A was likely Doyang, especially since she had previously stated on Instagram that people being tormented even contemplate to self-harm. Off the court, Doyang has a much larger fan base than Kim, despite potentially not being as dominant on the playing field. Unfortunately, some people went to Kim's Instagram and left hateful comments, causing her to temporarily disable the comment feature. Even though the club officials insisted to the media that it was a misunderstanding and Doyang was hospitalized for abdominal pain, not for any self-harm attempt as rumored, fans remained unconvinced. In their eyes, Doyang was seen as the vulnerable victim of bullying. However, there was a surprising twist in the story shortly after. In the early hours of February 10, 2021, an anonymous user shared a social post on Korean Naver forum titled, "I was a victim of campus violence by a current female volleyball player." The author of the post said, "I have been trying to forget the painful experience from the past for 10 years. But the recent social posts by all the bullies made me realize that they haven't reflected on their past behavior at all." The article exposed 21 cases of bullying that happened within the school involving 4 victims, including the author. The author shared that she lived in the same dormitory as the bullies, and at night, they would boss her around. On one occasion, when she politely refused due to exhaustion, the bully unexpectedly pulled out a knife and made threats. The bullies would insult the victims by saying, "You are filthy, revolting and foul." The bullies forced the victims to hand over money for food. Whenever they were in a bad mood, they would even include the victims' parents in their verbal abuse. When the victims' parents visited the dormitory, the victims were forbidden from getting close to their own parents. If they did, after the parents left, they would face physical abuse as well. After training, only the victims were not allowed in the locker room. The bullies wrote insults about the victims and their parents in notebooks and made sure the victims would read them. When the victims' parents sent them snacks, the victims were not allowed to eat them. Instead, they had to hand them over. The bullies controlled every aspect of the victims' lives. While the bullies' real names are not disclosed, phrases like "you too" suggest their identity. The article concludes that despite the incidents being in the past, the emotional wounds persist. The two bullies, still appearing joyfully on TV, seem to have forgotten the harm they inflicted. This social post quickly reveals the true nature of the Lee sister, known as the Volleyball sweethearts. The author includes their graduation photo, making it difficult for the sisters to dispute. It has sparked other classmates who were bullied by the sisters to speak out. Some individuals allege frequent bullying by the Lee sisters in school. When someone cried, the sisters reportedly used a ladle to collect their tears until it was full, resorting to methods like spitting, sniffing, or even urinating. Others claim they were slapped 40 times by the sisters. As the situation escalated, the Lee sisters promptly posted handwritten apology letters on their social media. They acknowledged making mistakes in the past when they were immature, causing pain to many. They expressed deep reflection on their actions and offered to apologizing in person if the victims could forgive them. This can be interpreted as an indirect acknowledgement of the bullying incidents. After apologizing, the Lee sisters promptly sued the author for defamation. This unconvincing apology is unlikely to repair their tarnished reputation. On February 12, a petition listed on the South Korean presidential online platform, Blue House Bulletin Board, called for a thorough investigation into the truth of the women's volleyball players' school bullying. In just 3 days, over 90,000 people signed the petition. On February 15, the Korean Volleyball Association officially announced that the Lee sisters would be indefinitely expelled from the national team. They are now barred from representing South Korea in any international competitions, including the Tokyo Olympics. Even their eligibility for domestic league matches has been revoked. In just a few days, the rising stars with multi-million-won salaries in sports turned into unemployed athletes. A few months later, another mystery man dealt a severe blow to the Lee sisters, particularly Dae-yang. On October 9, 2021, the Korean Daily disclosed that Dae-yang, who portrayed herself as single, had secretly married in 2018. While celebrities keeping marriages or parenthood private isn't unusual, the significant revelation is that Dae-yang had been engaging in domestic violence against her husband since their marriage. Dae-yang's husband, Mr. A, shared some details in a TV interview. Mr. A is a wealthy businessman in South Korea. After pursuing Dae-yang for 3 months, she surprisingly proposed marriage. Mr. A was overjoyed, feeling like he must have done something right in his life to win the heart of such a beautiful woman. Out of consideration for Dae-yang's career and public image, Mr. A agreed to keep their relationship private. However, within less than a year of marriage, Dae-yang's violent nature became evident. She would get angry over minor issues, often resorting to verbal abuse and physical violence. Once, the couple arranged to meet, and Mr. A was 1 minute late, leading to a violent attack by Dae-yang. Some may wonder why, being a man, Mr. A didn't defend himself. It's crucial to note that despite Dae-yang being a woman, her height of 180 centimeters and years of volleyball training made her physically strong. It wasn't that Mr. A didn't consider resisting, he genuinely couldn't match her strength. Since then, Mr. A has been walking on eggshells, fearing that he might upset his wife. Dae-yang, however, would still occasionally explode, resorting to both physical violence and verbal abuse against Mr. A and his parents. In one incident, with Mr. A's parents present at home, Dae-yang and her sister had an intense argument. Dae-yang went to the kitchen, grabbed a knife, and gave Mr. A's parents a real fright. It is heartbreaking that Mr. A had to endure domestic violence and tolerate Dae-yang's infidelity. In the second year of their marriage, Dae-yang engaged in ambiguous relationships with multiple men, openly flirt with men over the phone in front of Mr. A. When confronted, Dae-yang justified her actions, claiming she didn't need his approval for her social interactions. She said she was young and should date more men, and if he felt wronged, he could cheat too. The extended challenging life caused Mr. A to develop depression and panic disorder, leading him to seek treatment at mental hospital. Eventually, Mr. A and Dayang agreed to divorce, but she threatened him, saying, "Delete all my photos, or I'll find someone to take care of you." Mr. A's interview shook the nation. The public opinion in Korea erupted again. In the eyes of outsiders, Dayang is a volleyball goddess with a pure and lovely appearance, outstanding skills on the court, and the ability to liven up the atmosphere. However, in real life, she is the tyrant Lee Dae-young, involved in hidden marriage, infidelity and domestic violence against her husband, bullying her classmates. In response to her ex-husband's accusations, Dae-young claimed that he attempted to extort 500 million Korean wons from her during the divorce, which failed, leading to deliberate defamation. However, Mr. A countered that he covered all household expenses both before and after marriage, making the allegation of extortion baseless. Netizens say that if Mr. A truly suffered from domestic violence, he should provide evidence like photos or medical documents. Without such proof, his words may not be taken seriously. On the other hand, some argue that if a wife abuses her husband, people might doubt whether the husband is being truthful or exaggerating. But in the case of Dae-young, her being exposed for domestic violence is not surprising. Following the incident, the Lee sisters seem to have no way to revive their careers in the Korean sports scene. However, being still young with great physiques, after being offered guidance from an insider, they are considering a move to Europe. After that, the Lee sisters signed contracts with Greek club PAOK, taking a drastic pay cut, with €60,000 and €35,000 retrospectively. The Korean Volleyball Association tried to block their move abroad by refusing to sign the international transfer certificate. However, with the help of the International Volleyball Federation, the sisters successfully obtained Greek visas in Greece. Their annual salaries were only 10% of what they earned in South Korea. A club manager commented, "Regardless if they are top players in Korea, on international stage, their physical fitness and skills are not considered great." Shortly after the start of the Greek league, the elder sister Jae-yang had to return to South Korea for knee injury treatment. This leaves the younger twin Dae-yang to compete alone in a foreign land. In 2022, after the contract with PAOK ended, Dae-yang joined the top women's volleyball team of the Romanian club Rapid Bucharest. In the summer of 2022, there were rumors that Jae-young might acquire Vietnamese citizenship to play for the Vietnamese women's volleyball team. The Vietnamese team has traditionally been considered weaker in Asia, with shorter players. Some media speculated that the Vietnamese team was considered bringing Jae-young from South Korea to increase the team's average height, but the outcome of these discussions remains unclear. In 2022, during the delayed Tokyo Olympics, without the Lee sisters, the South Korean women's volleyball team, led by veteran Kim, displayed remarkable strength. They surpassed the host team, Japan, in the group stage and caused an upset by defeating Turkey in the quarterfinals, reaching the top 4. Afterward, Kim announced her retirement from the national team, and with the departure of several key players, the overall strength of the South Korean women's volleyball team declined significantly. In the 2022 FIV Women's National League, the South Korean team lost all 12 matches and failed to secure any points. In the subsequent Women's Volleyball World Championship, their performance remained poor, winning only one match against Croatia. They ultimately finished in 20th place, marking their worst record since the team was established. To emerge from their slump, there were thoughts of bringing back the Lee sisters. In October 2022, the Gwangju Pepper Savings Bank team tentatively expressed interest in recalling Jae-yang, testing public reactions. If there were no major obstacles, it could pave the way for Dae-young's return to South Korean League, followed by a gradual comeback to the national team. The moment the media hinted at it, they faced strong resistance from numerous fans. Some even took the initiative to display electronic banners at City Hall and the headquarters of Pepper Saving Bank, saying, "Reject the trash bank embracing school bullies and resolutely resist bullies for the future of the South Korean women's volleyball team." Creative wreaths were also presented, with messages like, "Would we have to embrace school bullies in the home city of democracy? And do we really want to bring back a violent athlete?" It seems unlikely that the Lee sisters will make a return anytime soon. Afterward, some netizens dug into the past and discovered that back in the early 1990s, before the birth of the Lee sisters, their mother was exposed for bullying teammates. The seeds of the sisters' violent nature might have been planted during their childhood. In 1992, the volleyball team led by Mom Lee was faced a scandal involving collective punishment. During the tournament, bruises were found on several players, and the coach admitted to using sticks for punishment. The captain at the time was Mom Lee. She was implicated as an accomplice. From Mom Lee, the Lee sisters inherited not only athletic skills but also a predisposition for violence. In interviews, the Lee sisters mentioned that their mom had a very temperamental personality and was strict with them from a young age. Conflicts were common between the two sisters. While typical children might engage in minor scuffles, the Lee sisters took it to an extreme level. In one interview, Dae-young shared, "Once, my sister Jae-young punched me in the chest, and I suddenly couldn't breathe, and saliva started flowing. Since then, they realized that someone could die from being hit so hard, so they refrained from using full force in their arguments." It is hard to believe that during their childhood, the sisters defined harm to others as simply as long as it doesn't cause death. The influence of the family of origin on a person's behavioral habits and approach to handling things is significant. This influence often takes two forms, either being similar to or opposite from the parents. For example, if parents are quiet individuals, their children may either be similarly reserved, or conversely, exceptionally articulate. In case where parents display violent tendencies, children might either adopt to be violent, or, on the contrary, become timid and powerless. These influences are deeply rooted in the subconscious and may not always manifest directly, only revealing themselves in specific situations. Now the future is uncertain for Jae-young, and it is unknown how long Dae-young will stay in Romania. Reflecting on the rise and fall of these sisters, there might be more just the two of them who needs introspection. Alright, that's all for the story of today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in the next story.